Chief of War is the latest historical fiction epic to grace our TV screens, and behind the series are fascinating real-world stories to explore. The new show is a passion project from co-creator Jason Momoa, who also stars in the series. Momoa leads Chief of War's cast as the warrior Kayana, a man treading the line between peace and violence. Like most historical epics, Chief of War takes liberties with its stories for dramatic purposes. However, the show's premiere episodes have already demonstrated an emphasis on embracing Hawaiian history with language and production design of the highest quality. Chief of War takes roughly between 1782 and 1810. This is a multi-decade epic. A tribe with spears stands beneath a wooden structure in Chief of War. First things first, it's vital to establish a time frame, as Chief of War's events take place over the span of multiple years at a pivotal moment of Hawaiian history. This period was defined by war between the four major kingdoms of the Hawaiian Islands, before Kamehameha I, Kane-a-Mekua, also known as Kamehameha the Great, conquered and unified them. The unified kingdom of Hawaii went on to last in its independence until 1893 before eventually becoming a U.S. state in 1959. The early stages of Western influence, particularly the British, are demonstrated in Chief of War. However, the American integration wasn't until decades after the events of the show. Kayana was an 18th-century Hawaiian warrior. Kayana was described as Herculean in appearance. Jason Momoa in Chief of War. As mentioned, Jason Momoa plays a man named Kayana, who was regarded in history as a warrior and explorer. He had two half-brothers, both of whom play prominent roles in the show, Nihilia, Suekale, and Namekaha, Te Kohtahaka, and was married to Kekapuohi, Te Eo Hainapinga. Their names are slightly altered in the series. The three brothers all helped Kahekili II conquer Oahu in the early 1780s, as is depicted in Chief of War's first episode, and left the king's forces after being dissatisfied with his rule. Kayana later joined the ship of fur trader Captain John Mears, Errol Shand. These travels took Kayana far and wide, even reaching China, the Philippines, and the northwestern coast of North America, before eventually returning to Hawaii. Kayana's time spent with Western civilization provided him with an understanding of firearms and other advanced technology, which he helped integrate into his culture upon return, aiding King Kamehameha I in the unification. Captain John Mears allegedly described Kayana as 6 feet 5 inches, and that the muscular form of his limbs was of a Herculean appearance. Via History.com. Hawaii was divided into 4 kingdoms: Oahu, Maui, Kauai, and Hawaii. A group, walking together, in Chief of War. At the time of Chief of War, Hawaii was split into 4 major kingdoms: Oahu, Maui, Kauai, and Hawaii. Kayana is believed to have been raised on Oahu in real life, which is the kingdom he later aids Kahekili II conquer. Kahekili II rules over the island of Maui in Chief of War, which is consistent with real life. Kahumanu, Lucian Buchanan, was also born on Maui to a man named Keomoku II, shortened to Moku in the show, played by Moses Goods. King Kamehameha I was born on the island of Hawaii as the son of Kiwa, Cliff Curtis. In the present day, the island of Hawaii is nicknamed the Big Island for its size and elevation, but Oahu is by far the most populated, hosting the state capital, Honolulu. Maui and Kauai are still the names of their respective islands. There are 8 total islands in the Hawaiian archipelago, though only 7 are inhabited. Chief of War's nobles are connected by blood. Kayana is the first cousin once removed of King Kamehameha. Lucian Buchanan in Chief of War. Nobility, be it in fictional worlds like Game of Thrones or the real-world royal families, is often bound by blood and numerous generations of breeding between houses. Kayana was born from a noble background, and the grandson of Keawikahailiokamoka, a previous king of the island of Hawaii. Keawikahailiokamoka is also the grandfather of Kiwa, making them cousins, and the grandfather of Kamehameha the Great. Kahumanu was born on the island of Maui, and her father was a rival of King Kahekili II, full name Kahekaliniumanu, and she was named after him. She is also the third cousin of King Kamehameha I, her future husband. Captain James Cook was the first European to reach Hawaii. James Cook reached Hawaii in 1778. Characters gathered around a fire in Chief of War. Captain James Cook was a British Royal Navy officer and explorer who traveled around the Pacific Ocean in the late 18th century, eventually becoming the first European to visit the Hawaiian Islands. His other accomplishments include being the first to visit the east coast of Australia and circumnavigate New Zealand. Thanks for watching.